Hello, everyone. Welcome back. This is the High Octane Podcast. I am your host, Bob. Back again. Um, Now, first thing I want to say this week is I was going to have two guests on, um, because the two people in question, we went to the Gumball Rally in Nashville on Monday, and it was really cool. And one of the guys I went with wanted to come on and talk about that. Um, because he got really excited. He got to see some people that he follows on YouTube like religiously, so he got to meet them. So he just wanted to come on and talk about it, but that'll be at a later date when they don't have work. But so it's just gonna be me. I'm rolling solo again. So hope that doesn't bother you. But anyway, I gotta do my intro here. So let's go. Okay, so another list week. I have another list that I found that is kind of interesting. Hopefully it'll be um, informative, not educational. Obviously, I don't try to educate too much because I don't know shit myself. Um, so that's gonna be that. As far as current events, I literally just pulled it up. Haven't really seen a whole lot that's worth a damn. Um, Buick is reviving the Electra name for an upcoming EV. EVs. I don't know. I'm not going to read the article. I think that's pretty cool. Name to resurrect though, being electric, obviously. Um, Apparently they're bringing the Wildcat back as well. That's cool. I don't know what it's going to look like. Hopefully this picture is what it's going to look like. Hang on, let me turn this up. I can barely hear myself, and it's in my ears. Another thing that I wanted to mention, I shared an article about the new DeLorean. It has been debuted early. I think it was supposed to be debuted in like August or September, maybe. Uh, but they released the photo, and it's a four-seat coupe. It does have the gull wing doors. They're gigantic gull wing doors, so you can access the front and the back from one door on each side. It's pretty freaking crazy. But I haven't seen any pricing. I haven't seen numbers, as in range, horsepower, all that stuff. I'm not even sure if they know yet, but it looks really, really cool. Um, so I'm really hoping that the picture that they released is actually what the car is going to look like, because I think it's really, really cool. It's called the Alpha 5. So take away from that what you will. And it will start as an EV, but I read that they're going to do a V8 version later. So I'm really excited for that too. Um, as long as they don't do what John DeLorean did and put a shitty motor under the back there. Hopefully it'll still be mid-engine. It should be mid-engine. I don't know why it wouldn't be. Let's see. What else do we have? Just kind of browsing really quick just to see if anything catches my eye. I'm not seeing anything really. Yeah, it's just everything's electric this and electric that. Land Rover's going electric. Buick's going to be fully electric by 2030. The Camaro has gone up from $800 to $3,700 in price. I don't know why, because they haven't even changed it, which is a shame because it's literally going away as it is right now in 2 years, I want to say. Let's Let's see. Come on. What do we have here? Anything good? It doesn't look like it, so we're gonna move on. Screw that. What do we got here? What's up, Chris? How you doing? Are you back at work yet, fool? All right. So before we get into this list, again, I don't know what is on the list. I never look at these lists, so I'm as blind as you. But before we do that, I'm gonna do some. What am I drinking? All right. Today I just got a little bottle. I got a little pint of Elijah Craig, just a regular 94 proof. Doesn't say how long it's been aged. I don't know that much about it, but that's what I got. Just a basic bourbon. Nope, won't be back till April 27th, 23. Holy crap, man. What have you done to yourself? Goodness. But anyway, cheers, and do not drink and drive. Okay, now that that's done, the list. Time for the list. All right. Let me get my screen going here. All right. Now that I'm little, and the list will dominate the screen, so you don't have to look at me as much. Up here in this corner, that I guess that's the Wildcat EV concept, and that's really, really cool looking. I apologize for that. I hit the wrong button. Yeah, my apologies for that. Cancer. Oh, bro. I hate to hear that, man. I'm so sorry. I won't even ask for details. That really sucks, dude. Hope you get over that and kick it in its ass sooner than later. Okay, so this list is what are the most reliable vehicles on the road. I don't know I don't know if these are new or used or what. It says says when shopping for a new car. So I guess I'm taking away that these are. Yeah, I know it was the wrong button, and I played someone else's music. I don't even know what that was, but definitely the wrong button. And you're welcome. I very, very much hope you feel better and get over that shit. Cancer sucks. So I guess these are new cars. That's what I'm taking away from the. Okay, these are 2021s, so they're slightly used. 400,000 people took this survey over. Okay, these are within 3 years. Okay, that makes sense. All right. So, number one, I don't see how this is even possible. Well, I guess it makes sense. They've been making this ugly piece of junk for 15 years now, ish. The Toyota Prius. I despise these cars. I know they have their place in the world and in the industry and all that, but I'm sorry, but you have a hybrid that is supposedly like evolution or revolutionized hybrids, and you're still only getting 47 mpg, and it's ugly as hell for one, and then for two, that shitty gas mileage. Like a Geo Metro got better than that 40 years ago. No, 30 years ago. So you take your Prius and shove it up your ass. I mean, look at the thing. It's terribly, terribly ugly. Looks like it's got a little goofy grin on its stupid face. I've never liked the Prius, and I probably never will. What bugs me about the Prius and all these other hybrids, though, is after the Prius came out, all these other hybrids that followed, the design was the exact same, minus some just design like elements. Like the front ends obviously look different and all that, but the overall basic shape was always the same, and I just never understood that. I don't understand that, and I never will. So uh, apparently, this is one of like the best, most reliable cars according to Consumer Reports. Um, but Consumer Reports is biased, so I don't really take much stock in that. Lexus NX. Sorry. Lexus NX. I don't care how reliable Lexus is. That front end is garbage. It always will be garbage. I'll never own one. George, I don't know if you're listening, but these things are ugly. All of them. Um, I don't know. I don't like them. There are certain elements of the vehicle that I do like. The interior is really nice. I can't knock the interiors, but these things are ugly, and um, I don't know. You can get it with a turbo four or a hybrid, probably similar to the Prius's system, as this is a Toyota with a stupid badge on the front. Mm, I don't know. I'm not getting into numbers. I'm not getting into all that bullshit. I'm just talking through this list and badgering and bashing all these cars. This list doesn't appear to be very long. I might have to do another one actually. This one appears to be pretty short. So if I have to, I have to. I will. Buick Encore. I don't know where the hell they're getting this from because I've heard horror stories from these things. Whether it's build quality, fit and finish, just in and out of the shop. I don't know. I don't get it. Um, maybe I just talked to the wrong people and they've had bad luck with them, but I don't know. I mean, I could be completely off base, but it's a small crossover. Are you happy, Chris? I didn't call it an SUV. Grill is horrible. On the Lexus, absolutely. Um, it's a small crossover. It's actually really, really small. I've never driven one of these. I've sat in the oh, what's the bigger one? Not the Encore, not the Enclave. I can't remember the middle one. What it's called? It's the size of the Equinox. It's actually really, really nice, especially on the inside. But I can't remember the damn name of it. Maybe it's on the list. Who knows? But turbocharged four cylinder, which makes zero power, and maybe all wheel drive you can get with it. But I don't hate the look of it. It looks way better than the Trax. The Trax is just so cheaply built. My mom drove one before she bought her Malibu, and it's just so cheap. And like they just, I don't know. Don't ever buy a Trax. They're shitty, and I hate to say that because I work for GM, but whatever. Lexus GX. This is their big boy SUV. Still the same grill, that awful hourglass shape, and it's just bad. Still comes with a big V8, in which some of them should, especially being as big as these things are anymore. I don't know. I still don't like it at all. The interior is probably nice, but I don't know. I don't like them. Like I can't get past that front end. I just can't. If I don't like what I'm walking up to, like looking at it, I'm not gonna drive it. Especially not gonna own it. Well, I'll drive it, but I'm not gonna own it. Let's see. Yeah, that's pretty much all I got. Could tow 6,500 pounds. Blah blah blah. Jargon. Honda HRV. I think this is just a smaller version of the CRV. Yeah, smallest vehicle in Honda's lineup. Subcompact fit hatchback has been discontinued. Okay, so now this is the smallest car in their fleet. Vehicle, if you will. It is a small crossover. It's terribly ugly all the way around. I don't like the shape of it. The grill is terrible. I don't like anything from Honda. Honestly, I really don't. That ugly ass Civic. I know they updated they gave it a facelift. It's still ugly as shit though. I don't care. 141 horsepower, four cylinder, which is shit. I don't know. I don't get these. I don't get these automotive manufacturers that are just they're completely against horsepower anymore. Like not all of them, obviously, but and I know this isn't a hot rod. I know it's not a sports car, but 141 horsepower. Come on, man. Slap a turbo on it at least. I mean, it's ridiculous. I just don't understand it. That's the point of a turbo. You can still get the fuel economy, but if you want the power, it's there. It's the option is there. So slap a turbo on the damn thing at least. Toyota Prius Prime. I don't know what the hell that even means. The Prime part. Plug-in hybrid version of the Prius. The Prius Prime offers 25-mile electric-only driving range and even edgier style. I don't know about edgy. It's pretty shitty. I know that much. 49 mpg. Wow. Slamming. Screw you, Toyota. Fucking ugly ass thing. Hyundai Kona. Everyone knows my opinion on anything out of Korea. Every bit of it, minus one vehicle, and I'm not even going to mention it. All of them are ugly as shit. All of them. And I don't care how far Hyundai and Kia have come with their quality and their fit and finish and, you know, their affordability. I don't give a shit. They're all ugly. But I will give it this 175 horsepower turbo 4-cylinder. That's okay. It's decent. It's not like overdoing it, or it's not 147 horsepower. It's a turbocharger less 4-cylinder. I don't like it at all. I've not seen the interior, but I don't like it at all. There's nothing about this thing I like. I know I'm being negative about everything that we've seen so far, but that's just my opinion. Well, I was semi-positive about the Buick, but I don't care. I told you guys from day one when I started doing this. It's going to be a very opinionated podcast, and the color's fine. Yeah, that blue isn't bad. The color's fine. I like a darker blue, but this is fine. This blue's fine, but everything else, no, I don't like anything else about it. All this flat gray nonsense on the sides. I hate it when they do that shit. Paint everything. So annoying. Okay, Audi A5. Now we're getting into something positive. I'm not gonna talk any crap about this car because I have nothing bad to say about it. I love Audis. I always have. I've had a little bit of experience inside of the A4. But that's the only one I've ever really ridden in, drove. But you know, I mean, they're pretty much all the same, inside and out, look wise, styling wise. Just one. Some of them are bigger than others. They're pretty much all the same. Different engines, maybe, but I don't care for the convertible, but I do like the A5. I think they come standard with a turbo 4. 261 horsepower is pretty good out of a 4-cylinder. The all-wheel drive system is phenomenal. Probably one of the best in the world. This one is a little bit bigger than the A4, which I mentioned earlier. It comes in coupe and convertible. In A trim, I don't think you can get the V6, but you step up to the S5 and you can get the V6, and then the RS5, I believe you get a V8. But we're talking A5, so it's a really good looking vehicle. I like the updated look in the front. I don't know what they've done in the back, but yeah, definitely like this one, and it's good. I'm glad it's on this list. So, yep. Oh, apparently you can get a sport back model, which is a 4-door. So there you go. If you need a little bit more practicality, you can get the sport back model. Have some. Oh, there we go. A4. Nice. See, like I said, it looks pretty much the exact same in the front. Minor differences, but very subtle. It's a little bit smaller all around. It has the same 261 horsepower turbo. You can get one with you can get a non-turbo with 201 horsepower. That's your base model engine. Interior, they're all the same inside. There's no difference until you step up to like the 7 and 8. Then you're going to get more luxurious interior. In the RS models, you're going to get better interior as well, but overall, pretty much the same in the lower tier trim levels. But like I said, I really enjoy the Audis. They perform well, they handle well, the all-wheel drive system, everything. It's crazy. It's really, really crazy. Mazda CX-5, I don't know. It looks like a bloated Mazda 3, honestly. Literally everything that comes out of Mazda looks the exact same. Like, exact same. Like there's no deviation from this design. Like they all look the same. And that's annoying. It's been that way for a long time with a lot of manufacturers, but Mazda has taken it to a different level. Like every single thing they make looks exactly the same. Turbocharged 4-cylinder, like every freaking thing else nowadays. All-wheel drive, you can get a non-turbo 4, blah blah blah. And I'm saying that they all look identical, but I honestly don't hate the Mazdas. No, I don't hate it either. Um, I actually do think it looks a lot better than they used to. I just find a way to differentiate things just subtly. With the Audis, the subtle differences make that just enough of a difference. Like look at the fog lights. Like that's a subtle little thing. The grill doesn't go all the way across on the 4, or yeah, it does, just in a different way. Well, you get what I'm saying. Just make subtle changes, like little differences. I understand you want to cut costs, and that's how you do it, but it's just annoying to me. It's just my opinion, and Chris, I agree with you. I don't hate it at all, and I do like it. I actually wouldn't mind a Mazda 6. They just need to make some subtle changes. That's all. Just subtle changes. Oh Jesus, that's that list. All right. I'm gonna have to do another list because I'm only 22 minutes in. Good thing I have some more. I've sent a bunch to George, and I'm gonna pull up another one right now. So bear with me for one moment. Okay, here's this one's got 20 cars on it, so we'll do this one. Give me 1 minute to pull it back up here. All right, so these are 20 incredibly fun vehicles to drive for $30,000 or less. Mazda, I don't think Ford owns Mazda anymore. I could be wrong. I would have to look. I'd have to look that up. I'll let you know if I remember, but I don't think so. No, I don't think Ford owns Mazda anymore. They used to. Good question. Okay, like I said, the funnest vehicles for $30,000 or less. So there's 20 of them. So this one will take a little bit longer, hopefully. All right, 2020 Volkswagen Jetta. I don't know about that. I don't. It's me and George have talked about Volkswagens on this show before, and I know that they're really really reliable, and they're overall decent vehicles, but they're just so boring. Like they're boring. Unless you get into like the Golf R or something like that, they're boring. And this is a prime example of it. It's boring. And I'm sorry, but a 1.4 turbocharged 4-cylinder with 147 horsepower, that's not gonna give you any kind of fun. I'm sorry, it's just not. I'm pretty sure it's front wheel drive. And it's just no. This is a boring car. Yes, it's a good price, but it's boring. So I don't know. I don't really agree with this car being on the list. Obviously, they've gotten better. They used to be even more boring, but they're still boring. Sorry for Volkswagen drivers, but they're boring. End of story. Oh, good Lord. 2020 Kia Forte GT manual. This looks like all 2020s, maybe. I don't even know when this article. Oh, this article was written in May of 2020. All right, so we're a couple years in the past here, but I'm still going with it. I don't care. If you want something slightly used, these are the ones that you want. You know, if you don't want to spend 30 plus, there you go. Kia Forte GT manual from 2020 comes in at 24,055. I don't know where they're getting the pricings from either. Probably Car Gurus or Kelly Blue Book or something. Okay, what is it? NADA. I don't know what. I don't know. No, I don't agree with this one either. The Kia Forte has always been a piece of shit. It's always been ugly. It's always been cheap. And I mean, 201 horsepower. That's better than that Volkswagen. So okay, there you go. And it's manual, so I don't know, maybe, but it's still a front wheel drive car, so you're not going to have a whole hell of a lot of fun with it. But I don't know. I guess it could be a decent second or third vehicle for someone. I don't believe I'd ever buy a Kia. I don't know that I'd ever consider buying one either. I've always said that I do actually like the Stinger, but I just can't bring myself to buying a Korean car. I just can't do it. I just can't. And I could be completely wrong, but I just can't do it. So I don't think I ever will. I agree with you, Chris. No, I don't agree with this car being on this list. All right, so the Corolla from 2020. This is not the GR Corolla that just came out with 300 horsepower and all that other bullshit. This is just I guess, a sportier version of a mundane, junky little compact car. But it comes in just over 24 grand. Has a 2-liter non-turbo with a 6-speed manual, so that's saying something. 168 horsepower. It's okay, I guess. For a non-turbo 2-liter, I guess that's okay. But that's 6-speed. That's something. This blue is a little bit better than that Hyundai we looked at just a minute ago. I like this blue better. Still not quite dark enough, but that's a better blue. I will say this car doesn't look terribly bad. It looks way better than that Kia, way better than that Volkswagen, but it's still just, it's too small for me, but it is they say it's not a true hot hatch. I don't even know what that means. It's a hatchback. I guess because it doesn't make shit for power. So I guess that could be it. But I don't know. It's just too small for me, so I would never own one. All right, Hyundai Elantra GT N line. That's a mouthful. 24,455. Probably a direct competitor to that Toyota Corolla, but this thing makes 201 horsepower. Yeah, it is too small for me, you dick. The Sonic's a little bit bigger than the Corolla, I think. Dickhead. 1.6 turbo, 201 horsepower to 1.6 turbo is pretty decent, so I can't knock that. Let's see. Styling changes from the N-line trim level. I don't know what those are. I don't care what those are because this thing's still ugly. I don't know. No, absolutely not. I don't agree with this one either. I mean, and it could be one of the funnest vehicles on the planet. I don't like it. I just don't like it. But we are talking about fun, not best looking. So maybe, I don't know. I don't see it though. It's probably front wheel drive, like I said. About just about everything else on this list so far. I think actually everything has been front wheel drive so far. So I don't like front wheel drive cars, just so everybody knows. Before I met you, I thought it was the funniest thing watching you walk to that damn car. I know I catch a lot of shit for that. from a lot of people. It was a little bit weird. I am rather tall, and I used to own a Chevy Sonic. It was a little hatchback, and yeah, a lot of people have laughed at me for driving that vehicle. But it served its purpose, and I had it for a good amount of time, and I got its use out of it. So I will take your criticism in stride. But yeah, I'm good with it. All right, so 2020 Camaro with the 4-cylinder, which shouldn't even exist. $26,000, I guess, when it was new. Um, Now I will say this: the 2-liter turbo that they put under the hood of the Camaro made really, really good horsepower. 275 horsepower and 295 foot-pounds of torque. That's really good out of a 2-liter, especially one that isn't like just tuned out all the way, from the factory. That's pretty good. But again, in a car that has the Camaro name on it, that's as big as the Camaro, shouldn't even exist. But if you can afford a little bit more money, you can get the V6, which makes 335 horsepower. I had that motor in my Cadillac, and it's a really, really stout V6. I would opt for that if gas mileage is not a factor for you. But if you're buying a 4-cylinder Camaro, that's probably why you're buying. So that point is moot. But I have a V8 Camaro, so screw you, 2-liter. 2020 Honda Civic Si. I just talked about how terribly bad this car looks. It looks awful. But I guess brand new, it was 26,155. 1.5 turbo, 205 horsepower, front wheel drive, 6-speed transmission. Just junk, garbage. There is not enough negative thing. There aren't enough negative things I can say about this car. It's ugly. It doesn't make. I mean, it makes decent power, I guess. 205 horsepower, 6-speed manual, still available, so that's cool. But again, same thing with those Lexuses. I can't get past the front end. That grill is just awful. And don't get me started on the Type R. Oh God. Don't even get me started on that abomination. That is one of the ugliest cars ever made. And yes, I am arguing Nissan Juke, Pontiac Aztec. That Honda Civic Type R rivals them. Fight me. Anyway, 2020 Fiat 124 Spider. I guess it came in at 26,885, which actually isn't too bad for convertible Fiat, which is pretty much a Mazda Miata. Actually, it is a Mazda Miata, just with a different body and interior. Underneath is the exact same thing. But anyway, we're not splitting hairs here. 1.4 liter turbo, 160 horse. Not enough. Put a 2-liter under the hood, idiots. You want a sporty convertible that's tiny. Put some power under the hood. I don't care how good the Miata is. It's never made enough horsepower, ever. And it's so stupid. Just you can shoehorn a 2-liter into anything. I'm sorry. Put it in there. How old are these prices? These were brand new cars in 2020. These are not used car prices. So we're going back a couple of years. But these were brand new in 2020. Those prices are reflecting that. So there you go. I actually don't hate the look of this car. I like it. Probably not as much as the Miata look wise, but it doesn't look too terribly bad. I've seen them in person. They're not bad. It's the best thing that comes from Fiat right now. That little piece of shit 500 is a joke. I sat in one of those at the Nashville Car Show one year, and it was in a Barth. It was a 6-speed, and like I was messing around with the shifter, and going through the gears, you're moving that shifter like 3 feet. Slight exaggeration, but the throws in that thing are very, very long, and that's not what you want in a sporty vehicle. And a Barth is supposed to be sporty, so that doesn't scream sport to me. That's just me, though. I'm pretty sure the Fiat you're seeing in this picture is in a Barth also. Same car, same day, price comparison. Uh yeah, that would actually be interesting. Like see the depreciation and everything. Yeah, I wouldn't be opposed to that. If I had a little bit more prep time, I could have done that, but I didn't even think about it. Maybe next time. Maybe an update. Maybe probably not on all of them, but I could probably do a few. But like I say, I don't hate this car. It's probably way too small for me. My grandfather has a 1990 Miata, and I literally cannot drive it because I want to say it's a manual, but my both of my knees are literally. I'm guessing they would be higher. Uh, that's a good assumption. With the way the market is right now, some of these vehicles are probably higher than they were new. Some, I would imagine. But anyway, my grandfather's Miata. Both of my knees are literally trying to go through the dash. So driving it is definitely difficult, near impossible, if you will. And then the top was down when I sat in the thing, so I'm not even sure uh, the top can be up with me in the thing. So um, yeah, that's not going to happen. Okay, we already talked about one Jetta, didn't we? Yeah, the regular Jetta, and now we have the GLI version, which this one gets a 2-liter turbo, which makes an okay 228 horsepower, which is definitely not enough from a 2-liter turbo, considering the 2-liter in the Audis we talked about earlier made 260. That's respectable as shit. So 228, that's not enough out of a 2020 2-liter turbo, but just over 27 grand new. I don't know. It's a little bit lower. It says revised suspension tuning and components. I'm sure maybe they tweaked the transmission a little bit. Okay, it's 6-speed manual. There you go. So you get a little bit of sport out of your mundane asshole Jetta right there. Some black trim and all that. Car, it looks better, but it's still boring. Um, just little red pinstriping on the wheels and the grill and whatever. You're trying to fancy up a boring bullshit car, and they didn't do a very good job. But it is better. I will submit to that. It is better, but not by a lot. Okay, here's that Fiat's twin brother, the 2020 Mazda Miata. It's a little bit more expensive, 27.5. I don't know why, because it's a Mazda. But like I said, I do like it a little bit better look wise. It has the exact same. No. Wait a minute. Okay, the Miata is a little bit more powerful, a little bit less torque, but I don't understand why that is. Whatever. I guess the French wanted a different motor than the Japs. Whatever. You can get a hard and a soft top. Let's see what else do they put in here. I don't know. Still too small. Still underpowered. I don't know. Apparently it still performs really well, being so small and nimble, if you will. I don't know. I don't care. It doesn't matter because I'm never going to drive one because I'm too big for it. For those of you that don't know, I'm 6'6". I'm tall. I can't drive these small ass pieces of junk. All right, 2020 Honda Accord Sport. Now I know someone that has one of these. George actually has one of these. It's not a sport though; it's touring, and he really seems to enjoy it. I don't know why. And I say that because it has a 1.5 liter turbo 4-cylinder in the thing. I just don't. That's not. That's not sport. That's not touring. That's bullshit. Hello, Stacy. How are you? Welcome. 192 horsepower. I guess that's okay out of that size engine. same amount of torque, but it's a bigger vehicle. Like it's not a Civic, it's not a Fit. This is an Accord. This is their big car, and it's not a boat or anything. But I'm sorry, you should at least have that 2-liter turbo in it, and you can get it obviously. But 1.5 liters, come on, man. They put that shit in the Malibu too, and it's so annoying. It's not the same 1.5, but it's the same thing pretty much. This car isn't quite as ugly as the Civic. I do like it better. That just got to get rid of that grill. The grill needs to go. Like it's just bad. Like it's like the old Acura grills. It's just bad. Like I just don't get it. These I don't know. It's hard to put it in words. My disgust for this grill, but everything else I pretty much like. I don't mind the roof line. That's kind of sport backy. The wheels are cool. The rear end is way better looking than the front end, and the interior is okay. I've ridden in George's car. It's not bad. It's not bad, but these come in just under 28. I would definitely go with an Accord over a Civic any time of any day, but that's just me. All right, so Ford EcoBoost Mustang. This is a 4-cylinder Mustang, just like the Camaro. 27865, where it came in 2 years ago, almost 3 now. Model years. I don't like Mustangs. Everybody knows that. I've made that abundantly clear. They have gotten better. I will agree to that. Once they finally got away from their shitty 4.6 and that archaic 5-liter for the current 5-liter and even that 5.4, I mean those engines are incredibly insane. So I will say that for a positive for Ford. But we're talking about their 4-cylinder Mustang right now. It's a 2.3-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder, so it's a little bit bigger than the Camaros. But it makes a respectable 310 horse and 350 foot-pounds of torque. That's pretty damn good out of a 4-cylinder, if I do say so. And like I said, the look has gotten better, but I still just don't like them. My dad calls them girl cars, and I tend to agree. You can fight me over that too. So bring it on, assholes. I don't like the Mustang, and you shouldn't either. It's just me, my opinion. Whatever. That's all that counts because this is my show. All right, 2020 Toyota 86. I don't know. I'm really up in the air about these things. They're small, they're light, they're rear wheel drive. They make okay horsepower out of a naturally aspirated 4-cylinder. They don't make shit for torque, but they make okay power. And the facelift is okay. They don't look terribly bad. I'm really glad that they got rid of Scion, that stupid experimental sub brand that Toyota came out with years ago. It was so dumb. I don't know why these assholes do that shit. No, they never last ever. I don't know why they do it. But this thing's got a 2-liter naturally aspirated 4-cylinder, which is stupid. Just put a turbo on it. Then we're talking. Then we got sport. This thing comes in at just over 28. Like I said, it's front engine, rear drive. It has, I want to say, a 6-speed. They're not terribly bad looking. I know there are like people that live and die by these things. The Subaru version, same thing. Toyota and Subaru did a collaboration on this thing, but I don't know. I don't hate it. I don't love it. I'm kind of just neutral on it. Me. So whatever. It needs more power. That's for sure. Mini Cooper S. All right. 28,250 is where this thing came in at. I guess it's just the base model S. The difference is it's supercharged, or well, now turbocharged. They used to be supercharged back in the day, but now they're turbocharged. It's a 2-liter. They make an okay 190 horsepower. It's not spectacular. It could be way better. I know the John Cooper Works version makes over 200, but it's still not enough, especially for the money. But BMW owns Mini, so there's where your money factor comes in. Let's see. It has manual transmission. I don't know what it. Oh, I think it's a 6-speed. Pretty sure I've driven one, so I'm pretty sure it's a 6-speed. It does have a 7-speed auto as standard, which is shitty. I don't know. I don't know. Like I said, I drove one and it was a piece of shit. And then I found one recently that I only very briefly considered even going to drive, but didn't. Sorry, I gotta adjust. I'm uncomfortable. I don't know. I like the interior of the minis. And then some of the different versions are okay, but I don't know. They just haven't changed them ever since they brought them back enough. So I don't know. I don't know. Same as this thing. I'm kind of lukewarm on it. Maybe more neutral, but whatever. I don't care. It's a Mini Cooper. If you like them, buy them. Now I will say this: I did drive. The first one I ever drove was, I want to say, a John Cooper Works version, and it was a convertible. Now that thing was pretty good. It was pretty fun. It was a manual, and like I say, it was convertible. That doesn't matter, but that one wasn't bad. That was pretty fun. All right, next one, 2020 Subaru WRX 28395. Now, I'm not an overly huge fan of the Subaru WRX anymore. I know that they've gotten more powerful and whatever. Their all-wheel drive system's okay, and they're highly modified. Like the modification potential is through the roof, like most Japanese vehicles are. But I don't know. I just don't really care for the look of it anymore. Like a couple generations ago, they were still good, but I don't know. It looks boring now. It doesn't look aggressive. It doesn't look like it wants to bite your head off. Now, I know this is not the STI version, which is like the most aggressive WRX, but this just looks like an Impreza to me. This does not look like it should be wearing the WRX name. It makes a decent amount of power, 268 horsepower, and it has the all-wheel drive as standard. So I mean, it still performs pretty well, but it's just boring looking. It's just so boring. I don't know, and I don't know. I'm just not a fan of it anymore. And like I said, this is not the top line STI whatever bullshit, but still, I mean, for almost $30,000, I don't want a boring car. No, thank you. All right, and we're back to Mazda. And everyone, if you remember that Mazda CX-5 I bashed earlier, you see what I'm talking about. This looks exactly the same. It's just short. It's the exact same looking vehicle. It's just closer to the ground, makes a little bit more horsepower, and I don't remember what that one cost, but actually I don't know at all. Never did. But again, I like it. I like the way it looks. It's too small for me, but I like the way it looks. So I can bash it. I can bash Mazda's, their business model in the way they make everything look the same. But I like it. I do. I like it. I'm not a huge fan of this weird gray, but I like the look of the vehicle itself. Slap a nice red or a blue on there, I'm down. 186 horsepower. Don't think that's turbocharged. It's an inline 4, obviously. Same number of torque. I like the wheels. It's a clean looking car, but again, change certain things just a little bit. Make your shit look different. All it takes is subtle stuff, and you get a manual with this thing too. You can anyway. Standard, I think, is an automatic, which is weird because it used to be the opposite. Like the standard transmission was a manual, and then you could upgrade to an automatic. But now it's kind of the other way around. A little bit, a little bit strange to me, but whatever. I mean, manuals are going away altogether, so get them while you can. Oh, gasoline engines are going away altogether, so get those while you can too. Fucking EVs. Screw you, EVs. One of the worst looking vehicles to have ever been built, in my opinion, the Hyundai Veloster N. That does make some decent power, but still fucking ugly. 28 and a half is where it comes in. Add $2,100 for the performance package. 250 horsepower, 2-liter turbo. That's decent. That's decent. Can't say it isn't. Direct competitors are Volkswagen GTI and the ugly Honda Civic Type R, which it can't compete with it because it makes 300 horsepower, I think. And the GTI is nowhere near it either. I could be wrong on that number, but I don't think I am. But it's still front-wheel drive, so it's stupid. That much power in a front-wheel drive car should be banned, outlawed, illegal. Can't put that car can't perform with that much power to the front wheels. It just can't. So let's not do that anymore, dumbasses. Yeah, that's it. I hate this car. I always have, and I always will. I don't even like the blue. So screw you. All right, here's one of its direct competitors. 29 and a half is where this thing came in. I like the gray, I like the black wheels. Volkswagen Golf GTI. George used to have one of these until he totally destroyed it. Not one of these, but one of the earlier ones. Yeah, this thing only makes 228 horsepower. That's not even anywhere near competition for even that piece of shit Hyundai. Ugh, garbage. It's not terribly bad looking. Like I said, I like the wheels. I like the gray. Kind of boring, but I don't hate it. I don't know. There's not really any much more I can say about it. It's just so boring. It's boring. Not sorry. It's boring. Yeah, I don't have anything else to say about it. I think you can get a 6-speed manual with it, but I don't care. All right, so this is the V6 Challenger SXT. This is like their base model. They don't put a 4-cylinder in these cars. Good on you, Dodge. 29 and a half, so right around the same prices or the same money as that boring ass Volkswagen. Their 3.6 liter V6 makes 303 horsepower, which is garbage. 268 foot-pounds of torque, garbage. No manual transmission. Let's see. You still get the Challenger styling, which has not changed in 14 years, which is annoying. The interior is kind of boring too, so you get what you get. I don't know. I can't really say much else about it. It's a V6 Challenger. Everyone knows the Challenger. Everyone knows what it looks like. I told you the technical specifications that I know. So take that for what it is and go about your day. All right. So this is the Toyota 86's brother or stepbrother, if you will. 2020 Subaru BRZ. It's the exact same car. Styling cues are a little bit different on the outside. Badging obviously is different. It's the exact same car. Exact same. So I guess brand loyalty is the only difference. If you like Subaru better than Toyota, buy the Subaru or vice versa. It's the exact same car though. So I don't know why they're splitting hairs. I don't know why they even did this shit. They didn't even make them look any different from each other. Like at least the Miata and the Fiat look different. You can easily tell them apart, while underneath they're the exact same. These things are identical. So I don't know. It was a stupid thing to do, in my opinion. But again, I don't hate it. It just doesn't make sense to me. You made two different cars identical, literally. I really don't understand it. I mean, it's just so strange. I'm going to scroll back up so you guys can see them. Like, look at this thing. This is the Toyota. Look at the front end. Okay, you see those stupid headlights? Now, I'm going to scroll back down to the Subaru. The headlights are the exact same. The only difference is the grill opening. That is literally the only difference. And the wheels are different. Whoop-de freaking do. It's identical. It is an identical car. Screw that. I'm not wasting more time. 2020 Jeep Wrangler. Now, I know I might catch some shit for this, but the Wrangler's a piece of shit. Like, flat out. It's a complete piece of shit. It's underpowered. It's unreliable. It's highly customizable. Obviously, you could literally change every piece of this thing, but it's a piece of shit. It's cheaply made. The interior it's gotten better, but it's still pretty shitty. Like I said, it's underpowered, and the resale is complete garbage. Don't buy one. Do not buy one at all, ever. Don't buy one. That's my opinion. I would never own one, ever. 29,790, I guess, is where they start for the two door. Probably a 4-cylinder. Junk. If you move up to the 4-door like Rubicon, you're in like 60, 70 grand, which is absolutely ridiculous for a piece of shit Jeep. Ugh. All right, last car we're going to talk about. It's just a touch over 30, but we're still going to talk about it because it's on the list. The 370Z, which has fucking been around for way too long. I know the 350 was before it. I don't care. We're splitting hairs here. The only difference is the engine size. It's pretty much the exact same car. Styling has been changed just a little bit. I don't fucking care. I'm honestly over this car. I'm tired of seeing it. I know that they perform pretty well and they weren't crazy expensive. You can find them for very, very cheap now. And you know the 400Z is coming out, that autistic piece of shit, soon. Sorry, or as my brother would say, it's got downs in the front end. Pretty funny. He's 100% accurate too. But I don't know. The 370 it was very long in the tooth before they redesigned it and came out with the 400. Has a 3.7 liter V6. I think it makes like 330 horsepower or something like that. Not up to date on my 370 knowledge. I don't give a shit. It's not the ugliest vehicle around, but it's not the most practical either. I've driven a couple. They're not comfortable at all. Of course, I'm a large dude, height wise, not width wise. Well, I'm a little bit wide, but I'm not fat. That's what I'm getting at. I don't know. I don't know what I can say about it. It's like I said, just over 31,000, so it shouldn't even really be on the list, but I guess it's an honorable mention from Auto Week. This is where this list came from. I don't know, whatever. It's an okay car, I guess. I'd rather have my car, but my car was considerably more expensive. So we're not even in the same realm, I guess, if you will. They like to think they are, though, but they're not. That's gonna do it for this list, I suppose, and I'm probably gonna wrap this thing up because I don't really have much else to talk about tonight. Like I said, I was expecting 2 guests, and that was gonna keep us going for at least the 2 hours. But since I'm solo and I just went through 2 lists, considering that first one was short as shit, and I'm by myself, so I can't do wheel talk. But that's fine. I did an hour. At least I didn't miss this week. So You got some stuff to tide you over from me. Like I said, the two guys I was going to have on tonight. Hopefully, we can get them in here next week. So the gumball rally is still kind of fresh on our minds, and the one guy Sergio, he's all geeked out about meeting the guys from DDE or DDR DDE, I believe. Yeah, Daily Driven Exotics is the YouTube page that he was all freaking out over at the gumball. They were there in a Lamborghini SVJ with some crazy exhaust on it, and it was just a really good time. Um, Lots of beers drank, lots of cars saw and heard and smelled, and it was really cool. So we'll get that going hopefully next week. They'll be in here with me. Um, I don't know how we'll make that work because I only have one mic, but if I have to buy another one, I'll buy another one, and maybe we'll get one of them to be remote. But or maybe they can just share a mic. Who knows? My brother and Danny did that one time, so maybe that'll work. Maybe it won't. We'll figure it out. But I'm gonna call this one. I know it's a shorty, but it's not as short as some. So, but it is what it is. Still got shirts. I'm wearing one. Still got t-shirts. Anybody wants a t-shirt? I've got medium and larges in most colors. They fit big though, so consider that. If you wear a large, get a medium. If you're a little heftier, get a large. They're $20. They're really soft. They're really comfortable shirts. Hats also $25. They're adjustable camo. They have, I believe, this on it. They're pretty cool hats. $25. You buy both. I'll give them to you for 40. Go subscribe to the YouTube channel. I had the name wrong on the little scroll thing here. So if you've been trying to find us on YouTube, it's High Octane Live Podcast. I had High Octane Podcast on there for the freaking longest time, and I didn't even notice it. So it's High Octane Live Podcast on YouTube. Join the group on Facebook. It is a High Octane group. We have a page, but the page sucks. The group is much more interactive and fun. So go over there, go check us out. I'm hopefully going to have some other guests on soon. I gotta line that up. So yeah, that's gonna do it for me this week. Thanks for watching. And enjoy your day. Everybody have fun.